Hey guys, welcome back. This video we look inside another Hobby Boss kit, and this time not a brand new release, it's been out a few years, but the A-10A. Official name Thunderbolt, most commonly known as a Warthog. Hey, welcome back. So this week we can look inside this kit. Not a new kit, it's been out for a few years, but it's the Warthog, or the A-10 Thunderbolt II from Hobby Boss, 48 scale. Now I bought this kit to build it, and then literally a day after I bought it, Academy announced they're going to release a brand new tooled one. But there's going to be the C, the later version, not the A, which this one is. Now, beast of an aircraft. Did a little bit of research. This aircraft was released in 1977, its first flight. Can you believe it's been around 45 years? That's crazy. But several different versions. The Tallery do one, the Tamiya do one. You've got Hobby Boss here. They all have their pros and cons. But I heard this was a pretty good kit, and I've got a few little aftermarket things for it too. So let's open the box up and see what we got going on inside this. So firstly, let me pull the aftermarket stuff out. We'll talk about that in a minute. And this is the kit. So first, regular viewers to the channel, but I've got a new camera mount. I got it higher up so you can fit more in. Before the camera was way too low and I couldn't move around. Now I've got plenty more room so you can see the whole box and that kind of stuff. So we've got Hobby Boss do such a nice job packaging trumpeter. You've got like a box here, probably a canopy and some fragile parts. You've got your plastic in here. Gives you an idea of the size. We'll look at this in greatest detail in 2 seconds. And at the bottom here, we've got paperwork and our decals and stuff. So let me pull the box out of the way. And let's get going with this. So, it's item 80323. It's a very thin instruction book too. So, alright, so as always, the first page is what you got in the box, like trees. Moving on with the cockpit tub first. I will show you in a minute. I got the Quincy Studio set for this, and the seat face hanger is a really nice resin seat with like the sheepskin on it. If you're interested in upgrading that as well, but doing a cockpit tub and then looking for the cannon, then through the starboard wing by the looks of it, and some gear. You got your port side wing. See. And then step 6 looks like we're going to sandwiching the fuselage together and bringing the nose gear bay, and then we're looking at the tail and the engines. There's tons of aftermarket available for this kit too, and 8, that's it, boarding ladder and canopy. So wow, okay, only 8 steps, so it's pretty. There's a lot going on in these steps, but not too much there, right? Only 8. That's a lot more simplified than I think. Okay, 8. Okay, that gets your aircraft built, and then obviously being this aircraft carries tons of weapons on it. So here we go. We've got Mark 82s, Mark 20s, AGM 65, GBU 8s, ALQ 119s. And that looks like, I mean, again, you can get tons of aftermarket for this. So I'm looking here. So you got like pretty cool. You got the pylons and rails, the racks with the all the Mark 82s on there. Your Mark 20s, the cluster bombs, right? And if I remember rightly from my A6 Hobby Boss, they just didn't fit the racks at all. They're completely missized, like the holes and stuff, and they're a right nightmare. So I would probably avoid the cluster bombs. Cool. Yeah, looking through here, again, there's plenty of aftermarket stuff here. I thought there'd be more ordnance than there is, but okay. But very simple. Here's just the layout where you can like load them all up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got here 11, basically 11 points to add your ordnance on. But very simple instructions. I mean, very thin. I mean, I'm looking for a pretty easy build right now, so this might be the one. There's not too much going on in there, so that's good. Now, color callouts. You've got the, it says England Air Force Base, 1990. So you can color callouts, and then down the bottom here, you've got your ordnance, your missiles, and your colors along the bottom, your guns. And then you've got more weapons on the back here. I'm just looking here, and you mark 20. Oh yeah, not there. Okay, forget it. And then here's your other markings. Right here from you're looking at what, from 1990. This is 1991. Right there in the greens. So that's your color callouts into your decals. Let me grab a knife. Okay, got two sheets. It's like one for weapons, maybe, and one for the. All right. Here's your decals. Pretty nice. These normally Hobby also do really nice decals. I know my A6 was very easy to use, very nice to work with. And your instrument panel's pretty plain, but you do have one there. All right. So there's not a ton there. It's a few markings, and then this is probably going to be your weapons. And like I mentioned before, these we got like the bombs with like the yellow stripes and stuff. Don't use these decals; they're way too difficult. Just paint the yellow stripe first, and then using like sometimes you have like 2mm or 1mm masking tape, depending how big it is. Just mask it. So you paint yellow, mask it with this, and then spray your olive drab over the top. And then when you peel this off, you have a perfect yellow stripe top tip there. Yeah, these things are always a pain in the ass to get on. Cool. No problems at all. So what I'll do is, let me go for the kit stuff first, and then I'll go for the aftermarket stuff. So let's start with this little box here. And we've got alright. So we've got a few little screws in here. Actually, so it's a one-piece seat, which actually looks really good. There's no seam lines. Wow, I've never seen a one-piece seat in a kit like this before. But okay, there you go. Actually, let me zoom in. Very nice. And there's your tub. That's going to be the back of your seat. So yeah, that seat, I mean, wow, that's pretty cool. Again, this isn't a new kit. This has been out pretty good 10 years, I'd say. Alright, don't need to get this out. We've got some thread. I'm not sure exactly what that's for. And then rubber tyres. I don't mind the rubber tyres, actually. They actually work pretty good and look pretty good once weathered up. So these are tyres. They're not like they used to be back in the day where they're all, you know, go bad and stuff. Bunch of lights and stuff. These are probably seat heads for the missiles. And finally we have the canopy. And look pretty good on the map. So canopy, there is quite a large scratch on the front of mine. You can see on the camera. It's not really that noticeable. I probably wouldn't bother even polishing it or anything. And the thing is, with these canopies in real life anyway, they're full of scratches and stuff anyway. They're not perfect. That's not a seat line. That's just part of the canopy right now molded in. But yeah, there's definitely, you can see it in the light. See that scratch? Okay, so that's what's in the little box. Alright, and I'll just run through the plastic, the order it comes out of the box. So, first up, so it looks like we got the fuel tank. Again, really nice detail here, panel. Nice and crisp. It's a detail. Okay, you got the engines on this one. I mean, don't look too bad to me at all. I know you definitely get aftermarket replacement resin parts for all this. And again, really nice detail. Rivets back here. Alright, here we go on the fuselage. Very, very nice. Again, detail. See the rivets. Very, very nice. This detail on this one. Crisp. Very cool. Alright, next up the wings. Again, really nice. All the pylons, tail, assembly. And it's going to be the upper side of the wings. Okay, we've got some weapons. I don't think we need to open these, but a couple of sprues of weapons. And another pack. We'll look at these real quick. So it's like we have two matched pair with these. And just be careful, if you don't do the Mark 20s, just be careful, because I know from my A6 I just built, these holes didn't match up with the racks on here to go on, and they just couldn't get them straight, and it just all fell off, and it's hard to fit, and it had to fill the holes. It was a big mess. So just check, if you want to do these guys, just check the fitment before you spend time doing 12 of them. Cool, very nice. And that is it for the plastic. I mean, there's not a ton of stuff in the kit. Let's go through some aftermarket stuff I've got. Picked up a mask set. The mask set for this kit is going to be EX224 from Edward. It's die cut. Picked up the GAU-8, the Avenger gun. This is from Master, and it's photo etched, but I think, you know, you see it adds a lot more detail than the kit part. And this wasn't very expensive, just like a couple of bucks. Treated myself to the Quinta Studio set. Just use these on the A6. Really easy to use. A video on my channel showing exactly how to use them. They're not decals. You got to dip them in water to get them off the paper, and then use PVA glue to glue them down. But these, let me see, these are really nicely detailed. And you got another pack behind it, which I'm guessing is probably seat belts. Let's open it and see. Yeah, seat belts. And this is fully the Hobby Boss kit. And then finally, the reason I bought this kit really is based upon these decals I found on 2 Bobs. Now, 2 Bobs, if you see something you like, buy them, because they have limited run, and once they're sold, that's it. Do some interesting schemes, and the one caught my eye here was from the Arctic Camo, and I think it's from like 81, 82 kind of era. So I'm going to do mine in Arctic which look really cool. So 2 bulbs decals, 48274. I think the new just released pretty recently. And here's your decal pack. But yeah, just this one in particular caught my eye. I thought it'd be really cool, kind of something a little bit different. I like doing camo colors, so that's the scheme I'm going with right here. And that is it. I'm sorry, my voice is kind of going a little bit here, getting a little croaky. But looks a really nice kit. Let me get a box back in and show you. So here it is. It's looks a really nice kit. Pretty simple. Like I said, only 8 steps in the instructions. Tons of aftermarket for this, so you can do it out of the box, or you can fully load this thing up with all kinds of weapons and stuff and make it look pretty awesome. But this is just a cool looking aircraft. I hope you agree. So Hobby Boss's A-10 Thunderbolt II. They do this one. They do a 2-seat version as well. Or if you're feeling a little frisky, you can go up to 32nd scale, and Trumpet does the larger version of this kit too. Thank you for watching as always. Hope to see you next time. Goodbye.